Derby, Issa Maria 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 Derby. From the moment I was born, it was like the universe had placed its weight in my soul. There was intensity, a kind of silent fire, a connection so strong it was overwhelming. I was alive, but sometimes all I could feel was the struggle of wanting to breathe. My heart began to palpitate irregularly. And there, in that feeling, was first a deep, sad voice that told me, be a solution. Immediately followed by my mother's voice yelling,
Where the F is my baby?
"That's my baby! You better get back here with my baby!" A strength that both anchored me and set me adrift. Growing up was a paradox. As a boy in a family full of strong personalities, my mom was a bold figure, almost larger than life. She was my mother, but in many ways, she was also a complex mystery to me. She could be intense, distracted, and fiercely protective, all at once. Sometimes it felt like she was my partner in this life journey, guiding me. Other times, she was just my mother, setting rules I didn't understand. Between her and my sisters, life was never boring. Oftentimes, you could find my mom distracted by the TV watching something super nerdy like Lord of the Rings. She was always super invested and was always super distracted by it. You can go to her and tell her that the house is on fire and she wouldn't leave. You could tell her that all of her possessions were burning up and she would literally sit there and go, yeah, can't you see I'm watching Frodo? So it was always often very funny interactions with her growing up.
It is a strange fate that we should suffer so much fear and doubt over so small a thing. You suffer, I see.
Well, Mom, dinner was so good. Can I get some thirds, please?
You are a ring bearer, Frodo. To bear a ring of power is to be alone.
Mom, guess what? Today, a 5th grader told me he's afraid of me and my psychic powers. He got mad because I guessed what he was thinking. Can you believe it? A 1st grader scaring a 5th grader. Yeah, Jimmy, that's good and all, but I'm watching my show. Can you tell me later?
I wish the ring had never come to me. I wish none of this had happened.
So do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All you have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to you.
Jimmy! Yes, Mom? Come over here. I need you to do something for me. Give me a second. No, I need you to do it right now. Okay, Mom, I'm coming.
In his heart, Frodo begins to understand. The quest.
All right, Mom, I'm here. What's up? Jimmy, can you grab the remote that's right here and turn down the volume for me, please? The TV's too loud. Really, Mom? You couldn't grab the remote by yourself? Don't ask me no stupid questions. Just grab the remote for me and turn down the volume. Thank you.
If Aragorn survived.
I was growing into my own, a young man with my own mind and dreams. But no matter how much I achieved, valedictorian, hustling to contribute to our household, there were days when none of it felt like it mattered. Mom was relentless, hard on me. I'd be grounded for what felt like a lifetime. And while I couldn't see it then, her discipline was her love, preparing me for a world she knew that could be unforgiving. And what time did I tell you to be home? 4 o'clock. And what time is it now? 4 o'clock and 1 second? Exactly! 1 second late. You think I'm playing games? 2 weeks grounded! But the elevator, don't blame the elevator for your poor time management. If you knew the elevator was slow, you should have left earlier. Elevator projects and just like that, I was stuck indoors for 2 weeks, all because gravity had the nerve to slow down our elevator. And where were you this time? You won't believe it, Mom. I saved 2 people from a burning building. Oh, really? Yeah, there was smoke everywhere. I ran in, I helped them get them out before the fire trucks came. There was smoke and soot everywhere. The people were so grateful. So now you're a firefighter, huh? You think I'm stupid? I swear, Mom, it happened. And where is the evidence, huh? Did the news interview you? Did anyone call me to confirm? Mom, I was rushing to get home. I didn't have time to get a witness. I ran away before everything happened. Once the people were okay, I came home. The soot actually disappeared on my run here somehow. You know what? 2 weeks grounded for lying. You're lucky I don't charge you rent for your imaginary heroics. Till this day, I'm still not sure if I was punished for being late or for not saving the building itself. Care to explain this? Um, it's a letter I wrote to a friend. I'm here for you no matter what. The world needs you. I don't know if it'll be easy to live in a world without you. Who is this person? And why are you writing love letters to them? It's not a love letter, Mom. It was for my friend who's struggling. He said that he was feeling like giving up, so I was trying to help. Suspicious. Sounds like you're covering up something. You have something you want to tell me? No, Mom, it's not like that at all. He's just a friend. I don't know if I could trust you. This sounds like an awful lot like a love letter to me. Talking about how you can't live without this person and how you love them. I don't know. You know what? You're grounded anyway. Go to your room. Nothing. No TV. No books. No music. No nothing. Take everything out of your room. Give me your phone. Give me everything. You're grounded. I can't deal with this. Really, Mom? Are you serious? Yes, I said it. Give me everything. Give me your phone. Give me everything. You're not having no fun. 3 weeks. Grounded. Actually, you're lucky it's not a month. How did my mom even get this letter anyway? Lesson learned. Comparison can get you punished if your mom misreads the situation or the letter. When I was growing up, I always compared my punishment situations to Harry Potter. I myself always felt like a magical magician who, in the real world, was just stuck in a room where I had nothing to do. My mom was ruthless. She would take away everything. Even when it came down to just paper and pencil for writing down my thoughts, I wasn't even allowed that. I literally had to be stuck in a room, sometimes for days at a time. Just nothing left to my own devices but my own imagination. But comparatively to these Harry Potter situations, my mom was always a hero to those on the outside. It made me resent the duality of a hero, the same problem we have in society today. Shadows dancing in the moonlight, searching for the full ride, wondering if everything will be alright. Losing the night and losing the fight, wondering if everything will stay nice and tight. Darkness and madness approach. I don't know if I can defeat the unknown. Wish I can go away, looking for my chance to be free. Fly away and I could be more than a shadow dancing in the moonlight, looking for the full ride, wondering if everything will be alright. Looking in the night and losing the fight, wondering if everything will stay nice and tight. It's 5 a.m., and there I am, pretending to be groggy eyed and half asleep. I just finished returning the cable card to the secret location my mom put it so that I wouldn't be able to watch TV in the middle of the night. But I still finished watching Inuyasha just a half an hour ago. Mom is already up. Now she's cooking, making one of her famous breads: baked chicken, mac and cheese, and collard greens. The kind of food that smells like love. But here's the kicker: this feast isn't for us. Mm-mm-mm. This feast is for her kids at work, the students with special needs that she teaches every day. She'd make these big, beautiful trays for them, perfectly seasoned, extra care in every bite. But when it came to us, we'd get whatever was left, or maybe something quick and second rate. I'd always tease her about it sometimes, like, "Hey mom, what about us?" She'd just laugh and say, "You know those kids need it more." And as much as it bugged me deep down, I guess I kinda got it. The meals weren't just food, they were the love that she poured into the kids who needed her the most. She wasn't just a teacher to them, it was almost like she was their champion. And it didn't stop at just the kids either. All of the staff that she also worked with loved her equally just as much. They were truly a tight knit family. I would see how her face would light up whenever she talked about her students, like almost every single one of them was her own. She'd spend hours thinking about their situations and how to talk to them, how to make them feel seen and understood. It's like she believed that she could change the world with one meal, one lesson at a time. And somehow, she kind of did. Often, before even attending my own high school, I'd have to wake up super early to help her carry those trays of food to the school. Dragged myself out of bed grumbling the whole way. But then, I'd remember how I would see those people light up when we brought it all in: the smiles, the gratitude, seeing how much joy it brought to others. It really made it all worth it. I could see then that my mom was kind of a hero. Not the kind you see in movies, but a real everyday hero, making a difference in the ways that actually mattered.
Have you ever noticed how Walmart and Target are like the kings of bulk shopping? You walk in for one thing and suddenly you got like a cart full of stuff.
Oh, absolutely. It's like a treasure hunt. And don't even get me started on Costco. They've got secrets in those aisles, trust me.
Right? But it's wild how we just keep piling stuff in. Don't you think it's about saving money, or are we trying to fill some type of void?
A void? Oh, honey, it's not that deep. You see a deal, you grab it. Life's expensive. Might as well make fun of it where you can.
True, but sometimes I wonder if we're just accumulating stuff to feel like we're in control. Like, does having more things actually make us happier?
You know what makes me happy? A good old sale on maroon anything. That's my luxury. You just gotta know when to save and when to splurge. Sunglasses? Splurge. Detergent? Save. Balance is the key.
But that's a good way to put it. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed by the choices. Like, am I buying to live comfortably or just because I can?
Look, as long as you got the essentials and treat yourself every now and then, you're good. Life is too short to overthink toilet paper. Speaking of which, grab the bulk pack.
Priorities, right?
Always. All right, that's our stop. Let's go, my trusty assistant.
Mom always had conversations like that. I'm pretty sure it's where I get my introspective way of speaking to people. Actually, let me ask some people in the audience right now.
So, how do you normally go about shopping for things when you decide to go to shop for anything that you need?
I think a necessity, a want, things I need, and
Do you think that it's
was by the individual packaging.
So not a bulk man. Understood. I'm gonna attack you too. So, bulk shopper or individual package shopper?
I'm your sister, individual packaging. I write a list. It's just me and Chris. I write a list of what I need, and I really, really try to stick to that list, but Target's hard.
Target is hard, or as they say, Target is hard. All right, thank you guys so much. All right, on to the next one. Oh, not this one.
Hit him where it hurts.
Please leave my baby alone. I don't know what the F is wrong with you. This is my son. His mother and I still protect him. I'm so happy to be here, and God has made it able for me to be here and be with James and all his friends. And now the Lord's speaking. They just show you your baby like for 5 seconds and then they take them down to the ICU. So long story short, I was like, where the F is my baby? And the lady's like, no, you have to rest. I was like, fuck you, I'm not gonna rest. Show me my son now, and now it's gonna be trouble. So they brought me down to the ICU. I saw my baby was there and I was like, why he has something here? And it was because he had trouble with his heart. I went through problems, he went through problems, but this is the beginning of the shadow, as you call it. Now we're going to move on because this was my blessing, my second blessing. First I'll deal with the walking. The king did not want to walk. Or either pushed in a carriage, or he would just sit down and like, F this, I'm not. Not that I was sad because all my other friends' kids was walking. I was like, oh, what's going on? But it's just James being James. So on his first birthday, and you know all mothers we have where we're gonna put the foot in the cake and everything. This is when homeboy starts to walk. Because I put the king hat on him. Did I make this up, James?
He's like, you recognize.
Huh? There it is. I put the king hat and he went like, and not once he walked like he knew what he was doing. 3 years old, I was like, damn. And he was a chunky boy. So, look how still working. No, you was design. And the thing is, he got accepted. That's how smart this boy is, you know? So I'm gonna leave it there. He got in, and from there, you don't choose for your kids, you just want them to be happy. So he went for architectural design, he wasn't happy, he got his bachelor's, then he went to New Delhi, and then he followed his dream of being a chef. I'm so proud of him because he's like everything. He does videos, he's a chef, let me see, he's a break dancer, clerk, he has a lot of talents, and I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud to be his mother, and I know you have a lot of
Dear Journal, it feels like ages since I last wrote in here. It's funny how time works. It speeds up when you're not paying attention, doesn't it? But here I am, pausing for a moment of reflection as I step into a milestone, 30 years old. The big 3-0, an upgrade, a new chapter, the real beginning of life. At least that's what everyone says. This year feels heavier though. Maybe that's because it's the same age my mom was when she had me. But how different the world feels now compared to 1992. Can you feel it? Back then, my mom was a force. She had the energy to party, drag us kids along, and crisscross the Bronx every weekend, literally, like it was nothing. Meanwhile, half of the people in my generation can't even check one thing off their to-do list without needing a 3-day nap. It's kind of funny, you know? Reaching this age feels like I'm kind of stepping into her shoes a little bit. It makes me wonder, did she feel this same mix of pride and pressure? Of knowing she was doing something incredible, while wondering if she was always doing enough? But I digress. Who is James Hammond? Then known as Shadow, now known as Kage, slowly becoming James again. It's funny. I'm looking back on who I was and who I've become. I've recently been told I was a chameleon taking on the persona of a self-preserving nerd. I don't really know how to feel about that. My dad, he was a complicated man. I wish I had more time to figure him out, to see what our relationship could have grown into. He passed away a year before my mom did. I enjoyed all the lessons that he taught me, sometimes by showing me what not to do. He struggled. He didn't really indulge in things that served him, and yet he left me with a lot of strength. And also a lot of confidence. My favorite thing he used to say was, "I mean what I say, and I say what I mean." I still say that. It reminds me to stand on business, as the kids say. And then there's my mom. Her perception of me has always been unique. She tells me I was entitled from birth, a king from the moment I was born. She says my refusal to breathe when I first came into the world was a sign of kingly arrogance. That's her interpretation of the heart palpitations. Perception really is a funny thing. But for all of her quirks, my mom has always been one of my greatest champions. Even in her most unguarded moments, when she's had one too many drinks, she reminds me of who I am. "You're kind," she says. "You're gonna be all right." Whatever that means. She sees something in me that I don't always see in myself, and I realize now that she's got a kind of magic. She's like a witch, you know? Have you ever seen Erase the anime? Yeah, she's kind of like that mom. And maybe like Subaru, I need to work with her to fix the future. It's like she knows all the secrets, all the ways to make this system work for us, and maybe it's time for us to team up. Lately,
I've been noticing the seeds that I've planted throughout my life starting to sprout. It's funny. The things you pour your energy into, no matter how small and insignificant they seem at the time, find a way to come back to you. The name Shadow. What a perfect name for the quiet moves I've made, living 1,000 lives in one. And now, those seeds are growing into something bigger, something beautiful. I think that my 30s are going to be the years that I finally blossom, and the world will get to see the beautiful garden of James.
The day my mother passed away began like most others during that time in my life. I was driven, heavily pursuing money, purpose, and anything that may make my life better. I started believing that you should start each day with intention, a strong body, a clear mind, and the belief that I could shape my world. That morning, I began my yoga practice, followed by the morning avatar meditation, but something felt off. The sky seemed unusually alive, especially for that late in November. It was 2 days after Thanksgiving, after all. The birds were moving in perfect synchrony, their flight like a choreographed dance. The clouds drifted with a rhythm so harmonious, it felt surreal. Days like this don't really come often. That made me skeptical. It was beautiful, yes, but unnervingly so. There was a stillness in the air that made my chest feel tight, like the universe was holding its breath. I tried to brush it off and focus on my routine. My yoga wasn't just about stretching, it was about grounding myself, fortifying my body for whatever may lay ahead. Every moment was deliberate, every deep stretch a reminder that I was present, alive, and connected to something greater. Once I finished, I moved into my avatar meditation. I closed my eyes, then imagined my chakras: earth, water, fire, heart, throat, third eye, crown, each lighting up one by one. With every breath, I visualized them glowing brighter, bringing me into alignment. I reminded myself, you are clay, shaped and forged by fire, animated by a heart that beats and an intuition that perceives. Every element of who I was came into focus piece by piece. By the end, I felt fortified, strong, whole. But still, that feeling lingered, that offness. The sky, the air, the rhythm of the day, it was too perfect, too quiet. It felt like something just beneath the surface was waiting to break. I decided to give myself one more layer of clarity, one more moment to steady my thought, a quiet ritual, manifestation through a blunt. I closed my eyes, letting the smoke drift and the world fade into focus. I told myself I was ready for whatever came. And before I even had a chance to even light my lighter, the phone rang. I remember being skeptical about the call. The person who usually calls me for petty or ridiculous reasons, but not usually or at this time. So the air felt off, just as off as it did when I was doing my yoga. I usually don't answer calls when I'm in the middle of fortifying myself, but something told me that I should pick this one up. When I heard his voice, my mind told me that I should stay rooted in the calm that I worked so hard to build. His voice was trembling in a way I've never heard, but the words were clear. She's gone. I felt it all at once, a weight pressing on my chest, a sharp ache in my throat. My heart broke, yes, but I didn't shatter. Every ounce of preparation I poured into myself that morning held me together. The fortification wasn't useless. It was the very reason I could stand in that moment. It didn't stop the pain, but it gave me the strength to bear it, to breathe, to listen, to be present for the words I never wanted to hear. Funny thing is, all that focus I'd put into being unshakable, it's like she knew I'd need it. Like she knew this day would come, and I'd need every ounce of strength to make it through. But even with all of that, there's no fortifying yourself for the moment your mother leaves this world.
I lost my paradise. My blue skies fade to gray. I can't see the moment that night turns into day. I still hear your voice inside the silence, a whisper of love in the wind. I still feel how you held me so tightly, like a shadow that never thins. Now I walk in footsteps steeped in sorrow, each stage of grief with heaviness to bear. In a world that's lost all of its color, nothing feels real without you not there. From the love in our hearts to the light in our eyes, overwhelming essence of royalty buzzing in my line. Never thought I'd lose the foundation of something so divine. Maybe I've been too complacent with the time that passes by. Never thought I'd be without you here when I begin to win. Find it harder every day to stop and falling. To say so many things I want to tell you. Oh, please reckon I begin. But always try to take it slowly so that I can breathe again. I lost my paradise. My blue skies fade to gray. I can't see the moment that night turns into day. My dream turns to a nightmare. I can't stop feeling blue. Everything inside this world feels so fake without you. Without you. Without you. Now I'm part of a broken-hearted circle. We all share the same branding of pain. No one's eyes looks at me quite the same now. Like I've joined a club that carries your name. We all come from the heart of our mother. It's a bond that no one can replace. In a world that forever keeps on turning, there's no way I can fill your space. L-O-S-T, lost my paradise. To become who I want in this life, I have to sacrifice. There's no good or evil, which is why I can't choose wrong from right. I just wanna live in love, but I can't even see the light. L-O-S-T, lost my paradise. To become who I want in my life, I have to sacrifice. There's no good or evil, which is why I can't choose wrong from right. I just wanna live in love, but I can't even see the light. L-O-S-T, lost my paradise. To become who I want in this life, I have to sacrifice. There's no good or evil, which is why I can't choose wrong from right. I just wanna live in love, but I can't even see the light. L-O-S-T, lost my paradise. To become who I want in my life, I have to sacrifice. There's no good or evil, which is why I can't choose wrong from right. I just wanna live in love, but I can't even see the light. I lost my paradise. My blue skies fade to gray. I can't see the moment. The night turns into day. My dream turns to a nightmare. I can't stop feeling blue. Everything inside this world feels so fake. Without you, I lost my paradise. Lost my paradise. My blue skies fade to gray. To become what I want in this life, I have to sacrifice. I can't see the moment. There's no good or evil, which is why I can't choose wrong from right. Turns into day. I just wanna live in love, but I can't even see my dreams turns to a nightmare. Lost my paradise. I can't stop feeling to become who I want in this life, I have to sacrifice. Everything inside this world, there's no good or evil, so which is why I can't choose wrong from right. Without you, I just wanna live in love, but I can't even see the light. Without you, without you.
Losing my mother was the most profound moment of my life. It wasn't just the pain of her absence, it was the sudden, unrelenting realization that life is fragile, that even the strongest bond can be severed in an instant. And yet, in the wake of that loss, I found myself standing, not unscathed, but still standing. I often think about that morning, how I fortified myself with yoga and meditation, unknowingly preparing for a moment I could have never truly prepared for. At the time, it felt like a routine, a practice to center myself, but now I see it as something deeper, a way to build strength, to connect with my essence, and to ground myself in something unshakable. Funny thing about strength, it doesn't mean the absence of pain. It doesn't mean I'm not crying or not feeling broken. Strength is about enduring. And ever since I was a little kid, I always said, if there's nothing else good about me, it's that I can endure a lot. It's about allowing yourself to feel every emotion while still moving forward. That day, I was not unbreakable. I was broken, but I didn't fall apart. I miss her every day. It's not just the big moments where her absence is felt, though those weigh heavily too. It's the little things, like the urge to pick up the phone and tell her about something amazing I just accomplished, or to hear her laugh when I tell her about the littlest thing that's happening in the world. I wish she was here to see everything I'm still doing today, to witness the dreams I'm turning into reality. She was my biggest cheerleader, always proud of me no matter what. Borderline obnoxious. I could still hear her voice in my mind saying, "You're gonna be all right," whatever that meant. And I hold on to these words like an anchor. What I've learned most of all is that loss isn't something you conquer, it's something you live with. It changes you, reshapes you, and in its own way, it teaches you to appreciate what remains. My mother's passing taught me the value of presence, being fully alive in every moment, cherishing the people I love, and finding meaning in the fleeting beauty of life. I carry her with me in everything I do, in every stretch, every breath, every moment of stillness, even when my heart still palpitates till this day, even though the doctors don't know why it does so. I feel that it's because she is there. And while her physical presence is gone, her spirit definitely remains, guiding me, reminding me of the strength I always had and the love that will never leave.
One step at a time, one foot in front the other. Sometimes I am fine, some days I just can't go further, and that's okay. Break it down, keep things ever simpler. Breathe into your rhythm and smile through the bad. What needs to change to make you glad? Grief, it hurts, but love, it works. So feel what you feel, and time, that's what makes it real. Breathe in through your nose, then you exhale out your mouth. Put your hands up to the sky. Gotta stretch all of it out. Wash your face, drink water, move with grace. Feel the energy as it courses through your body. Release and let it go. How can we make our feelings flow? Grief, it hurts. Oh, but grief, it
would like to open this time for, I guess, my couple of members of the audience. Just to, if you knew my mother, or if you, in this case, are a sibling of mine. Listen, I had a speech prepared for an actual audience. It's a little different. Just to share a couple of words during this time. If you did not know my mom or you don't wish to speak on that either, maybe just a couple of moments to speak maybe on someone you love or your own mother or something to that degree also.
I didn't know your mom very long, but she is a very beautiful spirit, and I guess the short amount of time that I've known her, yeah, she left an impression on me, and yeah, she'll be proud of you in this moment.
Thank you.
As the only other person in the room who's known her longer than you, being your older sister, she was a big personality. She commanded a room. She made friends wherever she went. She changed a lot of people's lives. And goddamn it, was she a handful. Yeah, great times, good lady.
Yes. Thank you. They're Malcolm's. All right. Yes. I want to thank everybody who came out here today. I appreciate everybody who came out here to celebrate the life of my mother with me. We are about to wrap up the show. A couple of days before my mom passed away, we were having a conversation about what would be her ideal celebration of life celebration, and she told me, no matter what, if you're celebrating my life after I pass away, you gotta make sure this song is included every single time. So I throw it in here every year just to pay homage to her. This song is a testament to the love that she probably had. Well, let me not say probably. This song is a testament to the love that she's had for life, people, and the situations that she's influenced everywhere. This is As by Stevie Wonder. Do 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 do, oh. Do 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 do, do 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 do, oh. Do 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 do. As around the sun the earth knows she's revolving, and the rosebuds know to bloom in early May. Just as hate knows love's the cure, you can rest your mind assured that I'll be loving you always. As now can't reveal the mystery of tomorrow, but in passing we'll grow older every day. Just as kindness knows no shame, know through all your joy and pain that I'll be loving you always. Always, always, always. Did you know that true love asks for nothing? Her acceptance is the way we came. Did you know that life is giving love a guarantee to last through forever and another day? Just as time knew to move on since the beginning, and the seasons know exactly when to change. Just as all is born is new, you know what I say is true, that I'll be loving you always. 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 Did you know you're loved by somebody? Always. Ah, ah, ah. One more time. We all know that times life faces trouble. We all know sometimes life facing trouble can make you wish you were born in another time and place. That you can bet your life and that in twice it's double. That God knew exactly where He wanted you to be placed. So make sure when you say you're in it but not of it, you're not helping to make this place a place some type called hell. So change your words into truth and then change that truth into love. And maybe your children, grandchildren, and maybe their children will tell, I'll be loving you until there's rainbows, when there's stars out in the sky. Loving you until the oceans are just the mountains length high. Loving you until we dream of life in path is clear to see. Loving you until we loving you until the day that 8 times 8 times 8 times 8 is 4. Loving you until the day that it's a day that I'm no more. Loving you until the day the earth starts turning right to left. Loving you until the day that for the sun denies itself. Is that loving you? Is that loving you? Like to say always, always, Thank you guys so much for coming out today. I appreciate you all for being here. My name is James, aka Kage, and you have been here for the memorial experience of Issa Derby. I'm done. Thank you.